Hi, this is Matthew Cratter from Trader University. And today I want to talk a little bit more about swing trading stocks after they report earnings. And in particular, I want to look at a special class of stocks that has the potential to make really fast up moves in a short period of time after earnings. So this is the basic formula we're going to be talking about. Stocks that have a good earnings report plus have a high float short. And we're going to talk about exactly what that means in a minute. If you get a combination of these two things, you can get an explosive up move in just a very short period of time. So let's take a look at an example of this. We're going to look at a stock. The ticker is CONN. And you can see here it reported earnings on, I think it actually reported earnings on April 3rd, 2017. And then you can see it gapped up on earnings quite a bit from, it closed at $8.45 the day before and then opened at above $10 a share. And over the last few days, it's moved above $13 a share. So 30% move in a very short period of time. This is obviously the kind of trade we want to be looking for. Now, these are the various criteria we need to look for. First, you want a stock that gaps up on earnings. So you can see there's a big move up. And whatever the earnings were, the market considered it a positive thing. And this gap up on earnings should be accompanied by a spike up in volume, so much higher than the daily moving average of volume. Right, this white line down here is the 60-day moving average of volume. And so we get a big spike up in that. But now I'm going to teach you the secret sauce for this and why this stock really moved up. So let's go look under CONN. We go to Yahoo Finance. We type in CONN, which is the ticker. And then we click on statistics here. And if we scroll down, if we look at short as a percentage of the float right here, it's 41%. Now let's talk about exactly what that means. Basically what that means is you have people betting that a stock is going to go down. And so they borrow the shares. They do what's called shorting it. And what we do is we look at how many people have done that, how many shares have been sold short as a percentage of the float. Now the float is just the number of shares that are available to trade. Quite often stocks will have a certain number of shares, but some of those shares just don't trade. They're in private hands. And so, but what happens if you have a high short interest, so a lot of people shorting a stock, relative to the size of the float, what will happen is if you get a good big up move in earnings like this, what will happen to those shorts is they'll need to cover their shorts in a very short period of time. Either they'll do it voluntarily, or if they get margin calls, their brokers will make them do it. And so the result is you get these very exaggerated moves where the stock will continue to move in one direction for days after days after days, even up to a couple weeks as these groups cover their shorts. Now, how do we screen for these? Well, there's a very easy way to do it. You can go to FinViz, and I'm going to leave a link to this in the notes below, so be sure to check that out. And you go under float short, and you want to screen for stocks that have over 30% float short. And you can see here, you do that. There's 3 or 4 pages of stocks. And then what you do is you just wait until they report earnings. And if you don't anticipate their earnings, you don't try to figure out what their earnings are going to be. But if you get a big move, what you do is on the close of that day of the big move, you go long. And maybe you use the low of that gap. So the low of that first candlestick. So in this case, we'd use $10 a share as the low, as our stop loss. And then you swing it. And you can usually hold it, as long as it keeps going up, keep holding it, and maybe use a trailing stop to manage your exit. I talk about this strategy. I talk about lots of strategies in my book, Little Black Book of Stock Market Secrets on Amazon. I'll also have a link to that in the notes below, so be sure to check that out. And please subscribe to my channel so you'll get more videos like this. I'll be putting out more swing trading videos in the near future. Thanks so much for listening. Please excuse my raspy voice. I've been having bad allergies here in California. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.